should have filled this in as much as you can. I'm going to go through every one of these with you and make sure you're not missing any information. And as I go through here, we're just going to talk about these characteristics of quadrilaterals again. Okay. Look at your first shape. Looks like this. The name of this, the only thing you can put here is quadrilateral. This is not any kind of special quadrilateral. What kind of characteristics did you put for this shape? Not a whole lot of things we can say. We could say it has 4 sides, it has 4 angles. Nothing else special about those sides and angles. Take a look. Did anybody put this? The sum of your interior angles is a total of 360. That's for any 4-sided figure. I want to pause just a second. Today you're going to take a quiz, and the first couple questions on that quiz go way back to section 8.1, those first set of videos that you watched. Let's kind of do just a quick side note here. This is going to help you on your quiz. I will let you use this on your quiz, so take advantage of this. You can write this on the back side of the sheet. In section 8.1, we talked about the sum of interior angles. And the question I have for you is the sum of the interior angles always going to be 360 for every polygon? The answer to that is no. Okay? Do you remember the formula that you have to use to find the sum of the interior angles? Now, I'm hoping that this is starting to click some things in your brain. If I were here, I would make some of you answer this question before I write it down. This is the formula where you take the number of sides, subtract 2, you're always going to have that. Number of sides minus 2, multiply it by 180. Okay, so I've got 4 sides here. So to get the sum of the interior angles, 4 minus 2 is 2, and then 2 times 180 is 360. That's how you get that sum of the interior angles is 360. Is that going to be true for every polygon? No. What if you have more than 3 sides? What if you have, more than 4 sides? What if you have 5 sides? A pentagon. Well, 5 minus 2, that gives you 3. 3 times 180, that total of the interior angles is 540. Okay? So interior angles, the sum of the interior angles, this is your formula that you will use. That's in section 8.1. That will help you on your quiz today. You got to know it on your test tomorrow. This formula will find you the sum of the interior angles for any polygon. Okay. However, on this sheet here, what are all your polygons? Look at them. They all got 4 sides. They're all quadrilaterals. So what could we write for every one of these specific shapes? This fact right here will be true for all of these because they all have 4 sides. All right, let's move along here and take a look at your second one. This one is a trapezoid. We will talk just a little bit more about trapezoids tomorrow. But some things that you can remember, I want you to do this on your sheet. It wasn't on there, but I'm going to change the problem just a little bit. I want you to put those little markings in there. How does that change this? That makes it a specific isosceles trapezoid. Okay, now, isosceles trapezoid has some little facts that are kind of special because it is isosceles. That word isosceles, you know isosceles from triangles. Let's just remember, what's an isosceles triangle? 2 sides congruent. Now, what happens if I know 2 sides are congruent? This is always going to be true in a triangle. those base angles are always congruent. Okay, so let's start filling in some characteristics here. Isosceles trapezoid, two sides, congruent, and those sides are actually called your legs. Okay, and then if we have an isosceles trapezoid, look at what kind of base angles we got going on. These two acute angles are going to be congruent, and also there's another set. Those two angles are going to be congruent. Okay, so we can say two sets of base angles. Okay, and your two sets of base angles are congruent to each other. Okay, what else can you say about trapezoids and isosceles trapezoids? The definition of a trapezoid is exactly one pair of opposite sides congruent. Okay, and it's a very specific thing. Trapezoid only has one pair of opposite sides congruent. Okay. Now, I'm going to stop this video at this spot. There's your first two filled in. A little extra information about what we need to remember about any polygons with the sum of the interiors. I'm going to do the next video, and we're going to talk about the bottom four, which are specific ones that we've been talking about since last Thursday. I'm going to review those again, and you can use this on your quiz today. You cannot use this on your test tomorrow, but this is going to be a really good study tool.